as with my last gameplay video, the RF unit is still fucked on the Saturn, so I wanted to play a game which is probably won't be able to see it, but Virtua Fighter Remix Japanese import. I've also got cold, as you can hear, sort of losing my voice, so it might be a bit hard to understand. But yeah, I just wanted to play this and get my first opinion on camera. So this is the remix version, which is a sort of amended version of the first Virtua Fighter, which I've never actually played. I will get around to playing it at some point, but yeah. So this is supposed to, the first Virtua Fighter game was supposed to be a pretty bad port, and this is supposed to be a bit better. So we'll see how it plays. Obviously I've played Fighters Megamix and Virtua Fighter 2, because I've done videos on both of them. So it's a lot slower than Virtua Fighter 2. I remember from seeing on like video footage of the first Virtua Fighter on YouTube that the characters were a lot blockier than they appear to be on screen at the moment, so possibly that's one of the things that they improved on. Compared to Virtua Fighter 2, it does seem a lot slower. I'd imagine this is running at somewhere around 30 frames a second, whereas Virtua Fighter 2 is 60 frames a second. Still a pretty good looking game. It's definitely say that the graphics on this particular version are pretty solid. Doesn't feel as responsive as Virtua Fighter 2 though, I must say. It just seems to be a bit of a delay with everything in this game. Like when people hit the floor, it takes a long time for them to get back up again. One thing that is worth noting that I noticed, I didn't say at the time, was when I was going through the menu screen. Probably go back to it now before I change a character. When I was in the options screen, it was in English, whereas for example Fighters Megamix, all the options are in Japanese, so you sort of have to guess what each option is. But yeah, on this game it's in English, so that's a definitely a bonus if you want to import it. So you've got your usual options to change how many rounds you do, how large your life bar is. You don't really want to change that to larger though, because you just end up having bouts that are too long. You should be able to save it or something in there, I would have thought. Yeah, whatever. You can change your controls. So yeah, as you can see, there's no added options. You just got arcade and versus. So like I say, it's from what I've seen footage of the first Virtua Fighter, first version of it, the characters are really blocky and odd looking. I think there might have been frame rate issues on that game as well. If not on the Japanese version, then definitely on the PAL game. See a bit more like it now. I'm playing as Cage. He seems a lot faster and a lot more responsive than what's his name, Akira, that I was playing as before. I'm guessing that this sort of fits in between the first version of Virtua Fighter and Virtua Fighter 2 pretty nicely. So, I mean, when I first put it on, it seemed really slow, but as I'm playing it more and more, I'm getting used to the speed, and yeah, it's a very playable game. Looks decent, not quite as sharp as Virtua Fighter 2. It's not got that high 60 frames per second frame rate going on, but definitely, if you're a fan of Virtua Fighter 2, you might as well add this to your collection. I mean, this is a Japanese import, didn't cost me much, about £3.50 posted, so there's just something about these earlier Saturn games that I find a lot more intriguing than the PlayStation games. I think a lot of the PlayStation games, the early ones, were sort of cash-ins, sort of trying to appeal to the more casual market, whereas these early Saturn games, well, the Sega releases at least, were proper computer games, proper arcade games, designed to get money from hardcore gamers. So something a bit more interesting about them, I find. Music in this game is a bit cheesy as you'd expect, but it's not offensive. At least you don't get that whole thing like you get in Fighters Megamix, where they've crammed so much stuff onto the disc that the music track just like is only about 30 seconds long and just keeps looping. That starts to grate after a bit. As I've complained about before on reviews of Virtua Fighter games, I don't like how far you can jump. I know there is the little sort of half jump kick, whatever you want to call it, but that I just did there. But yeah, the jumps just aren't very responsive. For me, it's all about being on the ground and throwing in some combos. I always thought that these early Virtua Fighter games should have had a combo heater in, really, or something like that. Go for Jackie, guy with a bitch's name. I think there's a slight, sometimes, I don't know whether I'm just imagining it, it could be because I'm playing a game designed to run at 60Hz on a 50Hz console, but it does seem like there is the slightest bit of slowdown on occasion, but it's hardly noticeable. So that was just a little video showing this. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it in the future with recording Saturn videos, because like I say, my RF cable is dead, and I'm using AV cables into the TV, and for some reason my capture card won't record Saturn, it'll only record newer consoles. It's probably something to do with the TV region or something, I don't know, but I've tried fiddling around with settings and things, and it's not made any difference. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to get an RF cable or I'm just going to carry on doing videos like this, but in all honesty I'm not a fan of pointing the camera at the TV, but like I said, I just wanted to get a video of this, and I wanted to put the game in and see what it's all about, and I wanted to get that first reaction on video. So I apologise for the video format, but like I say, I can't really help it at the moment.